So I want to briefly talk about this interview that Angie Martinez had with A$AP Rocky because it fits in oh so perfectly with Level Up Week. It really does. So on the Angie Martinez show, A$AP Rocky told her that he has never spent a bag on a woman. He said something like that. Something about how he has never splurged on a woman or, spent a bag on a woman or got a bag for a woman. I'll leave the link in the description box. I know he said this towards the end of the interview. I think it was around the 28-minute mark. I could be wrong, but I know it was towards the end of the interview. And he said that he feels like women should buy him flowers and take him shopping because he's handsome. That was his reason. Now, I will say that, he said this in somewhat of a joking manner and, he has a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure that he probably has spent some money on a woman. But then again, maybe not because Kendall Jenner, they're not together anymore. So maybe that's why. They're not together anymore because he's not very generous. You never know. But, so he said it in a joking way, but you can tell that he was kind of serious still. And let me first say that I am in no way against buying things for a man. My man has gotten some pretty awesome gifts from me. And, if he liked flowers, I would buy him flowers. I don't think anything is wrong with that per se. Men can like flowers, right? But listen, my man also doesn't mind spending on me and providing more for me than I do for him because most dominant alpha men, they like to feel needed in that way. And if you listen to what A$AP Rocky says in the interview, he's basically saying that he wants to be treated like the woman in the relationship. So I have to ask you ladies, specifically the ladies who are all about equality and, getting rid of traditional gender roles. Is this sexy to y'all? Is this what y'all mean in terms of destroying traditional gender roles? Because, I listened to this and, if I wanted to treat someone like this, I'm just going to be honest right now. I'd just be gay and I do this for a woman because that's what he sounds like. Oh, I want a woman to take me shopping and buy me flowers because I'm handsome. And that's how he said it. And, I partially blame black women for this because even in the comment section, y'all are all in the comment section. Oh my God, he's so beautiful and he's so fine. And for the life of me, I just don't know what you guys see in A$AP Rocky. He has nice teeth. He has a very nice smile. But he's just, a regular black dude, which is fine. But, in the comment section, calling him beautiful, that's a little extra. And y'all really, really do man stroke these dudes and really blow up their heads. But, in regards to what he said, I'm a little bit more on the traditional side in this regard. I like being wined and dined. I like when the man proposes to the woman because, that's a thing now too where in commercials, they're showing women proposing to men. But, I like when a man opens doors for a woman and buys her flowers and tells her that she's beautiful, and I look at men who want that kind of treatment from women as being effeminate. And I look at it as being very emasculating to men who want to do those things for women because most men take pride in doing those things for women. And I know that some women, especially, some of the feminists, you're not going to agree with me when I say this, but this is why I don't co-sign a lot of this feminist rhetoric, a lot of this, gender fluid talk, anti-gender role stuff, because this is the kind of men it produces. Whether you intend on doing that, this is what it produces. It produces men that believe in equality and getting the same exact treatment that women get. This is what lack of gender roles looks like. You have men on here saying, hey, I want a woman to take me shopping and buy me flowers because I'm handsome. That's what lack of gender roles looks like. And I just wonder if women are ready for this because it seems to be where we're headed, if you ladies keep co-signing, this kind of stuff. And let's be honest, you guys, I'm gonna just keep it 100 right now. The black community has been here. The roles have been reversed in the black community, which is why you hear black men talking like this more than anyone, when it comes to other races of men. And, unfortunately, a lot of black women have raised these men or man-stroked these men into thinking they are more beautiful than black women. Like A$AP Rocky said, he thinks women should take him shopping because he's handsome, right? It's all about looks with black men versus what they can provide for a woman. And, a lot of black men really want to be the woman in the relationship, or they want to go 50-50 with women. They're big on that, right? But they're online complaining about, black women not respecting them as men and not letting them lead in the community, so we can see that this is not working. And on the flip side, we have black women who seem to want to be the man in the relationship. We financially take care of men. We don't seek men who are providers. The gender roles are reversed, and both genders actively participate in perpetuating this until they don't get the traditional treatment that they want, right? So when that happens, we can see that it's not really working out for us. It's all fun and games, when black men are being called beautiful and, handsome, and they're being man-stroked for their appearance, right? Until they start feeling emasculated by black women and they're not being respected as men. It's all fun and games when black women are strong and independent until we feel overworked, or until we're being overworked like men, right? And we're being treated like men and not acknowledged for our beauty like other groups of women are. And these women are a part of communities where the gender roles are not reversed, right? But yeah, it's like in this community that the men are beautiful and the women are independent. Like, that's what it is, when the men are supposed to be independent and the women are supposed to be beautiful, but it's reversed in this community. And so that's not working for us. And ladies, this is what it produces, men like A$AP Rocky. And listen, maybe I have this wrong. Maybe equality and the lack of traditional gender roles just means equal respect and equal rights between the sexes, which that part of feminism I agree with. But maybe it doesn't mean men and women being treated exactly the same, because, we definitely have our differences and expect different things from the opposite gender. And we also want the equal amount of respect. So maybe that's what it means. But if that's what it means, then how do we then define what men should be doing versus what women should be doing if y'all don't want gender roles to be defined? Like, is it just about men and women individually defining themselves how they choose? Or is it about getting rid of traditional gender roles altogether? Because that seems to be more of what I hear in these conversations. When these conversations are happening, it's like y'all just want to destroy them altogether, not really give people the power to, or the right to choose, or the freedom to choose, or the comfort to choose, but more so you just don't want them there at all. And again, that produces men like A$AP Rocky, where it's like, yeah, okay, well, since there's no gender roles, I can just, be treated like, or request that I be treated like a woman, or how women are traditionally treated, and let's be honest, ladies, men like him are not generally appealing or sexy to most women. This kind of man does not excite my lady parts, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, this type of talk just dries me up, honey. It really does. And most women are like me. They want traditional treatment from men. And ladies, you can't have it both ways. You either want traditional gender roles or you don't. And it's like, y'all just make it too complicated for me. It's just a little too complicated. And this is when the feminists come in and they say, oh, yeah, women don't really want that. We've just been socialized to want that. And we've been brainwashed to want that by men. And Oh, the evil patriarchy and all that stuff. And see, that's when I exit the conversation, because I don't believe that everything is a social construct, nor do I believe that I'm brainwashed for wanting an alpha male. Human females are not the only female species who like alpha males. And listen, if the reason I don't like beta males is because I'm brainwashed, then it's too late for me. It's too late for me. I'm just going to be brainwashed, because I am not interested in taking a man shopping and buying him flowers because he's handsome. I'm not interested in men like A$AP Rocky. Absolutely not. I like traditionally masculine men who like doing those things for women. So I'm just saying, ladies, you need to know what you really want from men and what type of men you're attracted to before you start being in these conversations and talking about, getting rid of traditional gender roles, because these are the kind of men that you're going to get. And for the most part, high caliber men with status and power, men who you can level up with, they aren't going to be talking like this for the most part. Sure, they might appreciate women who aren't, just totally selfish and, not thoughtful at all and never do anything nice for the man that they're with. And of course, they want, to feel appreciated for what they provide for a woman. But they ain't gonna want to be treated exactly like a woman. That's usually not, in my experience, that's not what, I have found in men like that. So, or in alpha men, masculine men, dominant men. Unless, of course, you have those men who are like dominant, who put on this dominant facade, and then, they have certain sexual fetishes that they keep behind closed doors in the bedroom where they kind of like to be submissive. There are men like that. Right? But for the most part, traditionally masculine men, they want to provide. They want to sweep you off your feet. They want to impress you with what they have. They want to feel needed. A lot of these guys online, and the MGTOW guys and, all of those type of guys, they're usually beta. I'm talking about the real alpha men, and there are still some that exist, ladies. They're out there. Usually they're not online in these conversations. They're out somewhere being productive. And, these men, they might let you buy things for them sometimes, but they take pride in doing most of the providing. It's part of their nature as men. So, who are we to stop them from being providers? Like, especially when it benefits us, who are we to step in and stop that? I'm not trying to stop that. I'm cool with that. So decide what you want, ladies. If A$AP Rocky, if what he said is appealing to you, then by all means, have fun with men like that, okay? But if you're anything like me, then ladies, you need to be mindful of what you're co-signing, because, if you say this kind of stuff to an alpha man, he's going to turn around and look for the exit, and he's going to go try to find a more traditional woman. Okay, so you need to be mindful of what you're saying, what you're co-signing. If you can tolerate it, then again, do you, right? But if you're not attracted to these kind of men, then stop effeminizing them and, co-sign and encourage masculinity instead, and not, hyper masculinity, not that unhealthy stuff, but, real masculinity. So yeah, I'm done here. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.